Hello, I'm David Hilster. I'm one of the directors at the John Chappell Natural Philosophy Society, and this is an invitation video to our CNPS 2019 conference happening in Washington. And before I go on and give you all the information, all of this information and much more can be found on our website at 2019.naturalphilosophy.org. That's 2019.naturalphilosophy.org. Type that into any browser and you get there. No www. Just put 2019 in its place and you'll get to our webpage, which if you had been there even just yesterday, it's changed a lot. I've added a lot of information, so you want to go ahead and check it out. You can register there, you can pay there, and all that information is there. This will only take a few minutes, so I hope you stay tuned here, and we'll tell you all about why you should attend this conference, no matter where you are in the world. The conference, of course, is our Critical Thinkers Conference, which we hold every year on the East Coast, then on the West Coast, and on the East Coast back. This year we're on the West Coast at the University of Washington in Seattle in the USA, and this year's theme is Becoming Science Woke. And it'll be taking place from Wednesday, June 26th through Saturday, June 29th. And we will be having our members and some people remotely talking about such diverse topics as relativity, gravity, ether, expansion, tectonic structures, philosophy, Big Bang, cosmology, and all of that. And of course, you can be publishing your paper in our proceedings. So those people who are going to be talking and giving a paper will have their paper in the proceedings. The due date, the drop-down be-done date is mid-June, June 15th, so you still have time. My father will help you. You can go to the link that we have. I'll show it to you at the end again, and there you'll have a link to click on the 2019 proceedings, and there's all the information. I know a lot of people are already working on that, and that will be available to everybody at the conference when they get there, so all the papers. So you still have time to publish there, and no, you do not at all have to be at the proceedings, at the conference, and no, you don't even have to present. It's a place to publish your work, so it's in one place, and so other people, like-minded people, critical thinkers, scientists can read your work and be inspired and learn what you're doing and what you're contributing to science. Our keynote speaker is going to be Dr. Gerald Pollack. He is going to be talking about the fourth state of water. Of course, he's talked to us before at other conferences, but this time he will be giving the keynote speech, and he will also be receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award. That all happens on Friday, June 28th. He'll be talking in the afternoon. And also, he'll be receiving at the banquet that same night, our banquet where all the scientists get together, have a nice meal. He'll be receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award from the CNPS. This, of course, is all taking place at the beautiful campus in near downtown Seattle. You can see this beautiful picture of it. Just a gorgeous place here in the United States. So if you have never been there, it's well worth the travel. It's a beautiful campus, beautiful place. If you're coming from longer distance and spending the time and money, you may want to think about staying and doing some activities. It's just a great place to do it. And of course, the summer is the best time to be there. And also we have a great deal, because when we're at the universities, we always get great deals at the dorms, and this is a super great deal. This $445 will get you through the entire conference and also get you meals. That's for 5 days, 4 nights, and all meals. That's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They are buffets, all you can eat. Now, if you want a double occupancy, that is have somebody else in your room, you will pay $445. If you want to be by yourself in your own room, you can pay $585, but that's a great deal. That's room and board for the entire conference. And it's one of the reasons we try to hold these at the university. This is the room we'll be in. It's a really great room. It's enough to sit, I think, up to 50-some people. So there's plenty of room to sit down, spread out, put all your work there, your laptop, all that. We have electricity for all those kinds of things. And listen to the lectures, have great discussions there. Just a really great room. It's Alder 102, I believe. We will, of course, be broadcasting like we did last year. It was our first year. It was a super success. I want to thank the donations we got last year to help buy this equipment, which we still have, and it allows us to broadcast with multicam. You can see right here next to me. It runs off of an iPad Pro. We have using a router that's a special router, and we have digital pictures of this. That is what's it's not a screen capture of the slides, but it's all live, all switch live, which allows a couple things to happen. One, all these lectures can be seen around the world on YouTube and have interaction. You can have even people asking questions, interacting. Number two, it saves all of this not only live to YouTube, but recording. So if you even come in the middle, you can go back to the beginning and see that. And number three, it's there permanently, there forever, so you don't have to worry about wait and say, when's my lecture on the internet? It is literally instantaneously and broadcasted and put on the internet for time immemorial. So really great system. We'll be using that system again this year. Now, of course, you won't be able to know about that if you're not coming to the conference but want to know it, unless, of course, you go to our website, which is actually youtube.naturalphilosophy.org. I make these shortcuts to make it easy for you guys to get there. So if you type in youtube.naturalphilosophy.org, you'll get to our YouTube channel. All you have to do is make sure you've signed up or logged in to Google, and you'll be able to subscribe and hit that little bell right there with the arrow next to it, and that little bell will alert you when we go live. And so if you have an Apple Watch like I do, and bam, you see it, there you go, someone's live talking about something, or you'll get an email directly to you, and that will happen if you go and subscribe. You can see we have almost 400 subscribers. We continue to grow our subscriber list. Also, we're asking if you do have the fees, that is, we have a $50 video attendance fee that we would like you to pay if possible. We know people are on stringent budgets. A lot of people are retired. But if you can, just think of it this way. If we have all these people spending all this money to come to this conference, and you say, well, I don't have the funds to do that, at least help us out, because these conferences do cost, and our attendance, even though it's smaller attendance these days and we want to continually grow it, we do need financial help to make these things happen in person conferences. They're very important. So if you can, please think about contributing, and of course we have a button for that. Either if you're speaking, you have to pay that. That is, if you are a person who's going to give a talk via video conference, it's required that you pay the $50. It's not required because it's open to the public, but if you are a CNPS member and you can't make it, but you have a little bit of money, wish you were there, this is a good way to help support our organization, because I don't get paid for this. I pay my own way there. I don't get my room, board, meals, anything. That's all my dime. So we need everybody's help financially to keep this going. Very important. And of course, hopefully as we grow, our bank account will be much healthier, but our cash flow is really thin, so anything you can do to help that would be great. And also, if you also are not going and attending this year, a couple of incentives, and I do appreciate, we have had already a couple donations pledged to us. They're greatly needed and greatly appreciated. Some larger donations from some people, and I want to thank you guys. You know who you are. If you haven't renewed your membership for a while, that helps out as well. If you're retired, it's $35. If you are not retired and have your job still, it's $50. Now, another thing that I have done is, I know numbers of people who have planned to come have had conflicts and haven't come, and I've asked them if they could actually pay the $150 conference registration, even though they're not there, because this year, like I said, our cash flow is something that we're needing to get as much money into that account so that we can pay our bills, because a lot of these conference fees are due up front. So if you are a person who really did plan, you have a regular job and $150 you can spare, and wishing you were there, that's sort of the wishing you were there, trying to help out, support those people who are going there and spending that money. so that we can continue to have these great conferences. And of course, paying the $50 video attendance fee, you'll see that's on the conference page. Both of those are buttons, so even though you won't be attending, you can click those buttons and pay over the internet. I know numbers of you have done that already, and I want to thank you so much for doing that. And also you'll see a $50 video attendance or presenter fee. Those are the same. So if you are going to be watching a lot of these videos and you can spare that, it will be greatly appreciated to help pay for the conference expenses, because we don't try to charge people a lot of money who come to these. So all the people around the world, if everybody gives a little bit, it certainly helps a lot. And here's some incentive for those who are not going to be there, or who will be there. Of course, everybody who comes to the conference as part of the registration fee, you get the t-shirt. This is the t-shirt designed for this year, the Science Woke t-shirt, and you of course get your proceedings. Now, if you do make the $150 registration and you pay that and you're not coming, you will receive in the mail, no matter where you are in the world, that is anywhere in the world, you will receive a t-shirt and you will receive a proceedings, and you will receive one of these, which is our official speaker's credentials. Really nice, sort of a good keepsake, what we call sort of swag. So if you do contribute $150, you will get that after the conference. We will mail you those 3 things as appreciation. If you are a video conference payer, that is, if you pay your $50 and this is a qualification, if you will pay your $50 for watching the video, and you live in the United States or in Canada, we will send you one of these t-shirts. So you'll get at least the t-shirt for that, your contribution for attendance. So those are some incentives. Again, all of this will be found on the internet at 2019.naturalphilosophy.org. You can there register, meaning tell us what days you're going to be there, and you can also pay your fees, whether you'll be at the conference. Everybody who goes to conference, $150 for the registration. If you're a non-member, it's $200, but most people are members. And of course, anybody who lives in the area and who knows anybody from the University of Washington, one of the things that we do in our appreciation for the great prices we get at these universities is for us to allow anybody who has a university ID, either student and or professor, they will be invited for free to our conference to come in and sit in, and usually that does happen, and that's something you can let everybody know. But I hope to see you there. It's going to be a really great conference. I think it's always important for us to remember getting together in person. We have 4 or 5 days of just completely being able to talk about this to other people who understand what we're saying. That is the most amazing thing, is because we have no interruptions in our daily lives. We have all the time to talk about what we like, and there are people who actually get what you're trying to say. So I hope to see you there, if not in person, but online. And please do consider paying those registration fees. That certainly helps out. And of course, if you want to make a donation to our organization to keep this thing going, we have expenses on the internet every month. We have our new base camp. We're always needing donations, and like I said, we've had a couple of generous donations this year, and those things keep us moving and alive. And with our new website and our new YouTube channels, all these things we hope to continue to grow, so that someday we'll be having hundreds of people at these conferences. And again, I appreciate it. Hope to see you there in Seattle at the end of June at the University of Washington.